The cactus, through adaptation to new and hostile environments, has spread from its home in the Americas to some of the farthest reaches of Earth. Its structure and life cycle enable it to survive and reproduce under conditions few other plants can tolerate. Having adapted to regions of extreme drought, heat, and cold, the cacti can live with a minimum of a precious commodity, water. These plants thrive in soils in which few other plants can survive. Except for short, sporadic spring and summer showers, the desert is a place of unrelieved sunlight. Days are hot, nights are cold. Months may pass with no rainfall, but the cacti survive and reproduce. There are nearly 1,800 species of cacti. They reproduce from seeds and from segments that become detached from the plant. During early summer, when rains sweep over the desert floor, smaller cacti may be uprooted. Joints of the prickly-pear, easily detached, may be washed away, taking root where they lodge. And a new colony of the plants begin growing. Animals, wind, or drought may loosen joints of the cholla. They too will root and begin to grow. During spring rains, the cacti grow rapidly, the growth shown here in time-lapse photography. Opuntias form small, fleshy, leaf-like structures, which eventually dry and fall away. With the rains also come the desert flowers. In morning sunlight, cactus flowers open, only to close as daylight weakens. Insects attracted by fragrant and colorful flowers aid in pollination. Within the flowers, the fruit and seed form rapidly. The fruit, a berry with a single seed chamber, may be dry, or it may contain juices attractive to animals of the desert. As the fruit dries, it shrinks and falls to the ground. Seeds are dispersed in several ways. The fruit and seeds may be carried away in the body of a desert tortoise, or by birds, and the seeds deposited with their droppings. Rodents, which also eat the fruit, distribute great numbers of cactus seeds, the seeds passing unaltered through their digestive system. Under ideal conditions of shade and moisture, the seeds will germinate. The stem and two seed leaves, or cotyledons, push through the soil. Within days, the first spines appear, and the stem begins to enlarge. Within a week, the young plant is firmly established. Except for the absence of leaves, the body of a cactus is basically the same as that of other flowering plants. The cacti must conserve water and cannot afford to lose moisture through leaves. Photosynthesis occurs in the green epidermal cells of the stem. The stem, which is greatly enlarged in the cactus, consists mainly of cells specially adapted to store water. Additional adaptations to prevent the loss of water include a rigid body structure and a heavy waxy coating called cutin, secreted by the outermost epidermal cells. The efficiency of the entire epidermal layer can be demonstrated by a simple experiment. We'll remove the pad from an opuntia. Cut it in two and place 1/2 upon a scale. The outer covering from the second half is now removed. And it too is placed upon the scale. The balance is reset, and through the use of time-lapse photography, we can see the effects of rapid dehydration, pictured over a 3-hour period, once the outer layer of the plant is disturbed. While the first half remains nearly unchanged. The process of transpiration, the movement of moisture from the cactus cells to the air, is carried on through widely spaced pores, or stomata. This spacing, which limits the loss of body moisture, is unique to cacti. The opening of the stomata during the cooler, more humid night hours is also unusual, as is the closing during the heat of day. Often the stomata are buried deep within folds or crevices, or beneath the hair growing on many cacti. Such hair also helps reduce water loss through transpiration. Only cacti have specially arranged stem structures called areoles, one of which is indicated here. Each areole is formed from an axillary bud. In many species, areoles are formed along the summits of each stem rib. It is from the areoles that the spines, joints, or branches and flowers grow. So do glochids, the tiny barbed bristles characteristic of the opuntia. The bristles, actually miniature spines, are detached by anything that touches them. Although spines offer protection against animal predators, such protection is limited. Birds and other small animals not only nest in, but rely on spine-covered stems for shade and protection. Growing in a downward position, some spines are able to collect and direct moisture toward the base of the plant. Just below the surface of the soil, the shallow root systems of the cacti extend in all directions. The roots, slender and elongated, are capable of rapidly absorbing large amounts of water when it's available. Even during long periods of drought, the roots resist drying and remain capable of quickly absorbing water. As demonstrated in this experiment, water, once absorbed, is quickly transported to the water storage cells of the body. The stem, responding, expands like an accordion to accommodate the increased fluid intake. During times of drought, a cactus uses up its water reserves, and slowly, over a period of weeks or months, the body shrinks. Through its ability to adapt to new and hostile environments, the cactus is spread far from its native western hemisphere. During the 1830s, the introduction of the species Opuntia inermis, or common prickly pear, into the Botany Bay area of Australia was a sample of catastrophic plant adaptation. Ships, possibly from Brazil, may have carried specimens of the cactus to Australia. Settlers, obtaining cuttings of the plant, planted them around their home sites. Rapidly acclimatizing to the drought-like conditions of Australia, the plants began to spread. Cutting, crushing, burning failed to halt the spread of the prickly pear cactus. Mixtures of arsenic were tried, killing plants and sometimes settlers as well. By 1912, all controls having failed, the plants continued to spread. 8 years later, 60 million acres of land had been abandoned. 1 million more were being lost each year to the cactus. Desperate to bring the plant under control, the government began searching for a natural predator. 150 insect and parasite enemies of the prickly pear were imported from the Americas and tested exhaustively. All failed, except one species of moth, Cactoblastus cactorum, from Argentina. In 1926, the moth was released into the countryside to lay its eggs. Developing from moth eggs laid upon the cactus, larvae tunneled into the plants and soon reduced them to a rotting mass. Within 6 years, most of the cacti had been destroyed. Introduced into remote parts of the globe, the cactus has adapted to conditions far different from those of its native environment. From winter cold of the American deserts to the heat of India, Hawaii, and the Galapagos Islands, cacti have survived and reproduced, sometimes upsetting the ecology of the land. The ability of plants and animals to adapt to foreign environments should be a warning of the consequences of introducing new species into established areas. The ecological disaster caused by the prickly pear cactus in Australia should remind us that the balance of nature is a fragile one.